I had an overwhelming number of requests to show my helmet setup, so I pushed this video to the front in hopes that it sheds some light on the subject. If you have more questions, put them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm going to cover the helmet, video, audio, cable routing, the Sena, and some other things to consider along the way. First things first, this is an AGV GT Veloce TXT. No shortage of acronyms there. For some reason, I've come to know that the Corsa, Pista, and GT Veloce all share the same shell and face shields. This helmet comes with a clear shield equipped with tearaway buttons, no pin lock pins. I did, however, buy a dark smoke face shield that came with pins, but the pin lock inserts sold separately. If you're a stranger to pin lock technology, this is your best hope to fight face shield fog. You don't have to bother with chemical fog sprays because it traps a thin layer of air right next to the face shield, and air is a surprisingly good insulator. Before moving on, has anybody else been riding long enough to remember helmets before they had this button on the end of the strap? The slack of the strap used to be flapping in the wind and buzzing against the side of your helmet, and you'd be trying to tuck it back in. Anyway, if I ever meet the guy who invented this button, he better look out because I'm going to try and kiss him on the mouth. But I digress. Camera setup. For video, I chin mount a GoPro Hero 5 Black upside down and record in 1080 at 60 frames per second. I think the chin mount does a better job of making it feel like you're on the bike than the side or top mount camera. And I chose to mount the GoPro upside down because I'm tall and it hangs a little lower, showing more of the dash, bars, windscreen, and again, making it look more like you're riding the bike. The GoPro has an automatic video orientation, so I don't have to flip it and edit, but if I did, that wouldn't be a big deal anyway. It just saves a little bit of time. The standard flat or curved GoPro mounts didn't make a good seal on any part of the helmet, so I used this gray stuff called Sugru. This stuff sticks to anything, and it's so strong I could probably grab onto the GoPro and beat somebody to death with my helmet. For audio, I run a 90-degree mini USB 3.5mm audio adapter into which I plug a Giant Squid Audio Lab mic. I try to minimize cords and make everything look as clean as possible, and as a result, I run less risk of breaking things. I cut a tight hole in the side of the GoPro case for the adapter, zip strapped everything that I could, and got the black GoPro case to make it look like less of an eyesore. I rammed the mic into a convenient spot near the cheek pad of my helmet and taped the wires down underneath the padding. The male end of the audio jack is near the chin so that it can cleanly click into the GoPro audio adapter. Before I move on to the Sena, let me tell you what I originally tried with the audio. I thought I was going to make a huge leap in audio quality by using a Zoom H4n and a high quality condenser lav mic, but there were so many cables and batteries and things to remember that the result wasn't worth the hassle. There's a trade-off between convenience and quality where you have to decide how much convenience you want to give up in order to raise the quality of your product. For the same reason, I edit everything in iMovie because it was on my wife's laptop, it's simple, and it was free. Moving on to the Sena, motorcycle technology has made huge jumps in the last 10 years, and let me say how much of a luxury it is to have this thing. Even if it's just to tell your buddy, hey, I need gas, or watch out for the gravel in this intersection. Streaming music and being able to control the volume, and no more memorizing directions to a place you've never been, just pipe in your GPS. So amazing and so good and so convenient. My first recommendation is to use the screws to secure the unit to the helmet. I'm sure the sticky pad does a fine job, but if you can clamp it on the shell, you might as well. This helmet has limited space in front of my mouth, so I use the sticky microphone rather than the clunky boom mic. This way it doesn't get bumped or moved, or I don't scrape my forehead when I'm trying to put the helmet on my head. And the last and most important part about the Sena is the speakers. Here's where I placed mine. Earbuds are the only way to go, specifically plug phones. They're the only earbuds that don't have that plastic piece that hangs down, so when you put your helmet on, there's nothing to press against that little piece of cartilage on the lower part of your ear. And unlike speakers, they won't feed back into your Sena microphone or get picked up by your GoPro mic. I had to leave out some details to make this video worth watching, so feel free to ask anything in the comments and I'll try and answer it for you. If this happens to be the first video of mine that you've seen, be sure to check out my other videos and consider subscribing, where the bulk of my content revolves around my Ducati 1299. Until next time, save those ears.